Real talk, mom life is not easy. Especially when you're working and you're just trying to manage it all, it's not. And sometimes you just need to pause, right? You just need to pause, you just need to reset, and that is what I am going to walk you through today. How to reset your life. Doesn't have to be on a Monday, doesn't have to be January, start of the month, start of the year. We're gonna do it right now. It's 5 days that you're gonna actually see a huge difference in your life in terms of just like having authority again and also having clarity. So if you're interested, keep on watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to hit that subscribe button right now, as well as the bell, so you can be notified each time I post a video in terms of how to level up your working mom life. So more to come this month. Okay, so the 5-day reset is something that I do personally each time I need to ground myself. And it's also something that I do with my coaching clients. I do this as a means to just jumpstart their goals. And the 5-day reset is basically focusing on 5 areas of your life. So it is time, money, relationships, career, and self-care. So each day in the 5 days, you're going to gain awareness, right? You're gonna gain awareness of where you are. You're gonna gain clarity on where you want to be and what is important to you. And then you're also gonna take action. And that's the key thing for me, for my clients. I wanna see them take action, because that is even if it's just a tiny habit, a tiny shift, that is going to make a huge difference. And we start that in those first 5 days. So that is, if you want to hear more about this, I'm actually going to share a guide in the description box, free guide where you can do this on your own. But for now, I'm going to walk you through it. Okay, so for day 1, it's time, right? Time, we all know we don't have enough of it, right? Especially just currently, whether your kid is at home with you or going to school or transitioning to the new normal, and you're still trying to manage your career and stay sane and healthy. There's no time for any of it. So what I like to see is, instead of feeling obliged to do all the things that I have to do, because we do have, there's responsibilities, but how can we balance our times with the things that we have to do and the things that we want to do? So on the first day, you're gonna do a time audit. You're gonna see where your time is spent, how it's spent, and how you feel like, do you actually wanna do it? There's plenty of things that, quite honestly, you don't have to do. Is it value impact? Does it have a return on your investment? Your investment is being there and using the one resource that we never have enough of, time. So really evaluating that, that's the first day, asking yourself those critical questions. The second day is money, right? So in terms of money, it's the end of the year, and it's where have you met your financial goals this year? And if you haven't, that's okay, but why not? Asking yourself those, what behavioral shifts happened this year that either allowed you to be successful or inhibited you from being successful? What can you change? And outside of what can you change today? How can you make those changes today? So that is day 2. Gaining the clarity, where's the money spent? Where are you on your goals? And then what can you change to make a difference? Day 3 is focus on career. So career in terms of the goals that you set out for the year, but ultimately where you want to see yourself going. And I firmly believe, like, even in any job that you are, there is an opportunity to either leverage your skills to grow and develop more, or pivot to something that you actually want to do. And at the end of the year, as we're thinking right now, again, what were those personal objectives? What were the goals that you set for yourself in terms of your own personal development, in terms of what you wanted to accomplish, but also in the workplace? Did you set goals there? Because I'm in sales, right? So we have our own goals that we had to set for the year. Where are we with that? Is there anything we can learn? Learning in terms of what worked and what didn't work. So what type of experience do you need, or education that you need, training that you need during this time to get you through that next step? Along with the career part is the relationships that you have at work, right? So the type of relationships, whether it's with your clients, whether it's with your internal stakeholders, how do you want to leverage that go forward? And what type of relationships do you want to have in terms of, the career? Because at the end of the day, we spend so much time working. So I firmly believe that we should feel fulfilled by what we do. So we just took a step outside just to finish up these last two critical days, and that is relationships and self-care. So for relationships, when you're resetting for the year or over these 5 days, you really want to think about the relationships that you have. As I said, in terms of the career, you're thinking about your personal network, but the relationship focus now is more so in terms of your personal life. So whether that's the relationship with your friends, your family, your partner, and what are the opportunities in that? Without question, the lockdown, the pandemic, all of that has put a personal strain on everybody. And I myself know I've had conversations with my partner and with my family and with my friends that I probably would not have had a year ago, right? Because when you are under a tremendous amount of stress, uncertainty, all the external factors that just strain you, your relationships are also going to feel it. I think it's important not to just think of it as like, oh my God, this sucks, and nothing is working right now. It's more so like, okay, who are the people in my life right now? Who are the people that are adding value in my life right now? And that is what day 4 is. It's really assessing those relationships. We already talked about the fact that you don't have enough time, right? You don't have enough time to do all the things. You also don't have enough time to be the best friend to everyone in your life either. It's impossible. It's impossible. I know people say it's impossible to do 2 things at one time, and I firmly do believe that. If you're maxing out in one area of your life, whether it's career, whether it's just wealth management, you want to really focus on that, something else has to take the back burner. For now, it's not permanent, right? The relationships are fluid things, and when you're thinking about what relationships add value to me now, it's based on your goals, right? So what your focus is in life, you want to also make sure that you are surrounded by the right people that are going to get you there. And it's okay to let go. And it's okay to let go. And I'm going to do a whole video on this because I think it's so important. I also feel like, especially as women, we have a hard time letting go. So I definitely want to talk you through how I do that. So there's a whole separate video on that. But in terms of day 4, that's what the focus is. Who are those right relationships? And also the relationships that you do have that you want to nurture, whether it's with your spouse or whoever, how is that? What are the opportunities there? What can we do differently just to reconnect, right? Reconnect during this time and solidify our relationship for go forward. What type of maintenance is necessary? Because that's the reality. The relationships require effort, and that's why they have their own separate day. So that's day 4. The last day, and it is not to be taken for granted by any means, it's self-care. Self-care is looks differently for everybody, right? It looks differently, it feels different for everybody. For some people, for me in particular, it's like, what do I need to go internally to regenerate energy? And for other people, it's like, what do I need to do externally to regenerate energy? So self-care is something that I personally feel should be a part of your daily life, even if it's just 5 minutes. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in between calls, 5 minutes before you pick up your kid from school. You need to prioritize that. And for me, and I've said this before, how you manage your time or how you leverage your time is a form of self-care. Because if you are thinking, okay, I need to take care of myself in order to do all these other things, and you prioritize that, your goals are gonna happen, without question, without question. So I'm actually gonna do a whole separate video on self-care where it talks about different elements of self-care, like what is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a full day, so that you can see you can always make time for you. So that wraps up today's video. As I said, I will leave the guide that walks you through each day in depth, the questions, the exercises that you should do on your free time. I will leave that in the description box. So just click the link and you'll be able to download that. Don't forget, comment, like, and subscribe.